Scorpio, welcome to your final reading of the decade, your December 2019 reading. A warm welcome to you all, and thank you and welcome to any new subscribers joining the channel. We are about to embark on a brand new decade of the 20s, which will inevitably have a whole surging energy flow through it for the next 10-year period. I think if you look back on the 10s through to the end of the 19, you will find that life has evolved very quickly and very steadily. The 20s is going to be moving at an even faster pace. So as we step through this threshold on the New Year's Eve into the 20s, we're stepping through onto a faster paced escalator of life. There is a lot going on astrologically in the skies above us, which transmutes itself down to the metamorphosis and growth and change of humans on Earth, as well as Gaia and all the animals as well. Some of the basic astrology for December is Jupiter enters Capricorn on the 2nd of December. We have Chiron going direct on the 12th. We have a Friday the 13th. On December the 22nd, the Sun enters Capricorn. We have Christmas Day on the 25th. And we have a new moon and solar eclipse in Capricorn on the 26th. Now we've just come out of your Scorpio energy, and we know that as a Scorpio, I'm sure you're aware yourself, that there's this deep intensity around the Scorpio time frame, and it's an intensity of portals into other timelines and other dimensions, and especially into the spirit world or celestial realm. Now, as we move from the Scorpio intensity and the thinning of the veils and this availability to connect with the spirit ethers, we move into the Sagittarius timeline, where there is the religious celebration of the Christian belief and the energy of the Christed white light on December the 25th. So we move into the realm of the ascended masters and many other activators of white light and high vibrational frequencies around the planet. So this is an amazing time to connect with our spiritual side and also with spiritual helpers, our higher self, and find out what it is we want, what we're heading for, how to make that journey and transit through it in the best way possible. So these are great times to connect and to contemplate and make thought. Now, before we start the reading, I did some intuitive work for you guys, and you got the number 5 and the color green, which also talks about heart and relationships. And then you've had this little mantra that turned up, and it says, "No person, place, or thing has any power over me, for I am the only thinker in my mind. I go back to the basics of life: forgiveness, courage, gratitude, love, and humor." So that was a mantra that arrived for you guys, Scorpio, and it sounds quite powerful. It sounds as if you regain power. If any of you have felt as though someone else was interfering with your mind or your soul journey or a karmic relationship, then you are at a time and place where there's an opportunity to regain some personal strength. And that mantra, you can choose to use it however you like in the month of December or even through to 2020. So it's no person, place, or thing has any power over me, for I am the only thinker in my mind. I think that is really powerful. And then the second bit is, I go back to the basics of life: forgiveness, courage, gratitude, love, and humor. Now, we have a whole array of different cards on the table here. You can't see them all, and I'm not sure which ones we will actually use, but I will start with the John Holland Psychic Tarot. I love these cards as they deal quite a lot with color as well, color intensity. So straight away you've pulled one which is number 4, and it's actually rest and rejuvenate. And I just mentioned and I said, if any of you have felt as though there had been something where you had perhaps lost your individuality, or you'd lost some feeling of strength, then this might be a really good time for you guys, especially since it's around your birthday energy right now and these portals have opened. Because you're also very astute and you're psychically connected, some of you may feel this a tiring time. You may experience like night dreams. You might experience feeling a bit discombobulated from earth, a little bit more ungrounded or floating, as if you are moving yourself between the veils. Some of you might have experienced a death one way or another, like it might have been the passing of someone you knew, or even the passing of a pet, something along those lines. Or death may have crept up around the back door somewhere. You might have had a close call that something happened. It might have been a health scare, or it could have been like an accident type scare. And these things can drain us and bring us to a place where we need to rest and rejuvenate, and grounding ourselves again back on earth and in areas where there is greenery, and re-energizing ourselves from the land and from the energy of plants in particular, and water can be really beneficial. So looking at this next card here, we have the Spiritual Union card. Now this came out yesterday for someone, I think it might have been Capricorn. This is a beautiful card that talks about an alignment of sorts, or an awakening or an awareness, and it also has the karmic number or energy here of never-ending life cycles and the returning energy that comes with it. These two have connected through the mind process or the energy of their souls, and they are sharing the vibrational frequency of the union of like a twin ship, or a twin flame, or a deep committed relationship, whether it be a soulmate or a tribal soul energy. Now for some of you, this could be an awakening that you have with yourself at a higher level, like understanding your journey, feeling more connected to the self, feeling this kind of like euphoria and bliss. Periods of it comes and goes, it won't always be there. It's like a sensation of going, wow, I feel these times of immense happiness or internal bliss, and sometimes you're not sure why, but it can be because there is this doorway or pathway that has been opened or accessed, and you have like a glimpse into another realm which is there for you to connect to. And for others of you, it could be a partnership that is made, an alliance that is formed. It could be a person coming in that you meet, so there's potential here for love. And I've seen this a lot in a lot of the readings now. There is great potential for love in the air, and it seems quite personal love for a lot of people. Now sometimes this is the reinvigorating of a current relationship as well. The fact that it came across that in the horizontal means it's almost still taking place, or it is still up in the ethers and hasn't fully formed. So for some of you, this is a possibility that this feeling or energy or communication that you might be getting is from a spiritual plane, but that's here to sort of support you and help you and alight you one way or another. So in many ways you could say it could be a twin flame energy that is in another timeline or dimension as well. So that's getting fairly intense. And I know some people might not necessarily understand the messages within that, because the whole concept of twin flame energy is actually very much a spiritual one, and can often be taking place or be activated in different timelines. So it does become very convoluted. So just a little bit more here for Scorpio. What else would you like to show them or have them understand or see or be aware of? This is for Scorpio. These cards seem to have gone a little quiet. That might be the biggest message that they wanted to get across. Or two, lovely cards in many ways, but the two the spiritual union card in particular is very, very beautiful. So we have patience, which is a major arcana, number 14, which is the temperance card, which is about balance. We have number 9, the hermit card, the solitude, and we have 8, emotional withdrawal in terms of the cups. So 2 major arcanas that decided to come out rather late in the picture. So it's almost as if these might be moving themselves into the doorway of 2020. Now the patience card would be telling you to have patience about something, and the rest and rejuvenate is very similar. We're getting a lot of sitting down movement or sitting down energy in this reading here, because even this one, the emotional withdrawal, has a degree of sitting down patiently and going into some sort of meditative or contemplative state to seek answers or to find direction. Some of you guys, there might be something here about when you take some time out, this could be a really good time to make some plans, and we've talked about how important this can be for the next decade coming forward. But this time out, or either wanting to spend time alone and needing to apply patience into this, must be something that could be considered in terms of plans or understanding or a gateway forward. Now the solitude card, the hermit, is about a gateway. It's about finding some sort of internal alchemy or awareness or epiphany within your own time and your own timeline, no one else's time. It doesn't matter whether it takes 9 days, 9 hours, 9 weeks, or 9 years, but it's about internal growth, awareness, and understanding, and no one else can necessarily do it with you, and they certainly can't do it for you. So it feels to me, even though there's this beautiful card here, I'm getting the feeling that a lot of this, as we move into the 2020, is about you. Even this card here, as I mentioned, for some of you, this is your higher self-awareness, and it's coming in to gift you some sort of euphoria or uplift or support or nurture or understanding. And it's asking you to have patience and be with yourself, to learn, to understand the lessons that you go through, to apply the learning, to apply the reasons why, to take the time out, to rejuvenate the mind, body, soul, and then come to this epoch in the middle of this exalted learning, of this higher step, of this greater awareness, of this expansion of your mind and your soul. And even for some of you, this could also be referring to a physical time where you may have had difficulties, where you may have had an unwellness or a lack of energy or a lack of something around you. But if you take these, it's like a sum. It's like we're going 1 + 1 + 1 + 1, and you get this, well actually no, 1 + 1 + 1, and then you get this amplification in the middle, and you get the answer by applying all of the external resources or sources. This one here, the patience card in particular, he's growing a plant from a seed, and it's about nurture and patience and understanding and looking after it, and then seeing the blossoming, you know. And it's the same as this, you see this blossoming and awareness of the journey. So quite deep and quite meaningful. They often can be when the John Holland cards come out. And I say to people, you know, when you listen into a reading and you focus on the cards and you see them and hear the words being said, it's then up to you to decipher that and put it into action and ponder upon it and see how deeply you can take it. It's then your turn in the reading perspective to apply these energies and informations and make the most of them. So woman holding a coin, financial constraints, and then victory. So 2 here implicating money. This one is a gift of something, the gift of money, or thinking about money, or could be a new employer or someone who fosters something or loans you something or approves of a loan. She often could be actually a friend or family member who actually is putting her hand out and saying, look, I'll support you. She could very well be a fire sign energy who might be around to help you if you are requiring a temporary loan or an assistance of some sort. And she could be doing that because for some of you there could be financial constraints. There could be something in your cupboard that's bare, not showing providence, not showing enough manifestation. There's cobwebs on those cupboards, and in my mind they need dusting. This whole cupboard needs shaking up. It needs activation. It needs application. Dust those cobwebs off. Don't kill the spiders, but get rid of the cobwebs. Move them out. Put some light in the room. Open the doors. Get some energy flowing into your financial area. Apply some energetic impulse. Get something happening so that your monetary things will take a turn for the better if you have monetary issues, if you have financial constraints at the moment. These constraints may have come from overspending or unexpected bills or unexpected health problems. Who knows? But this cupboard needs reorganizing. Stock it up and open it up and let the sunlight in, and all of those things help change the current status quo, because then you got the victory card after it, showing you that victory is there to reap. And I think we saw that with these cards through here, the immensity and the intensity and the passion that sits in these cards, whether they were about jobs or career or relationships or health or just your desire to find out where you're going in life. There's an intensity in the cards that serve that whole mindset. So let's see a couple more here for Scorpio from this deck, if there are any more to come. These ones definitely seem to be focusing on some sort of financial issue, which could be for career and finances. And certainly if you were looking for jobs, this could be saying that a job may be coming if you alter the energy. The thinking woman is in here. Again, you've got woman around you, maybe being very helpful and supportive to you one way or another. This one is possibly like an air sign person. She could also be someone who is giving you ideas about something, ideas about what to do or how to break a financial constraint, or how to come out of a period of rest and rejuvenation, or how to find the answers hidden in the Solitude book, the book of the cosmos of life, because that's what the thinking woman has also got, a book in her hand. So there's something in here about journaling or diarizing, journaling, writing things down, or reading something that could be powerful for you guys. Some of you might be writers or about to produce something or publish something as well. Others of you are going to receive answers through things you read or knowledge that comes in this way and physically manifests. If we look very quickly at these, the daily energy cards for Scorpio as they move into this new decade, what's a message that you would like to give them from here that they could focus on? This is for Scorpio. We'll take that one. Oh, now there's more love in the air. And I said a while ago, didn't I, that there seemed to be so much love in this period, this time frame. I don't know if it's generic, I don't know if it's global, I don't know if it's interpersonal or deeply personal or spiritual, but there's love around and it's in the air. This one says, we send great waves of love into your heart and mind, awakening your love for life itself. Your clear decision to accept and enjoy romance has triggered this reawakening. Allow yourself to spontaneously celebrate love in all of its glorious aspects. And that's in many different aspects. And it is also love for the self, of the self, and love for life in particular. For those of you who have maybe been a bit weary or worn out or tired by events that may have taken place. So love is being passed back out to you through the ethers, through the cosmos, through the celestial. And with that, one last card for you guys, Scorpio, and thank you all for joining the channel, for subbing, for leaving your comments, because I love it when you do that, and I'm sure the community love it as well. I do wish you the very, very best as 2020 comes around. And you received 2 of the light keepers. You've received Melchizedek, and he's about higher learning. And hello, what's the Hermit? The solitude is higher learning. You have learned from experience. More inner study is now required to further progress. Well, how many times did I talk about that? That you would be studying or learning and that it's coming to you. You're starting to get a duplication of the messages coming in, but I do think there's possibly great reward in obtaining knowledge and extrapolating it out for you guys. So Melchizedek could be someone that you can focus on and call upon those energies. And the other one you got was Dual, Dharma unfolding. And that's, you know, really beautiful. I think that karmic energies have been in play a lot for a lot of people, especially over the last year, but even over the last few years. And so once karma is finished or played out or paid back, then Dharma starts occurring. So it says, remember that you are on a path. Take one step at a time to happiness. So 2 beautiful light frequency energies coming in for you, 2 of the wonderful ascended masters as such, not necessarily just from this planet or timeline or dimension, but cosmically from anywhere. So Melchizedek and Dual. So thank you again, guys, and I wish you the very, very best of prosperity, higher learning, and Dharma unfolding as you walk through the corridors of 2019 into the doorway of 2020. Much love to you all. Namaste.